I got a call, I think about 10 days ago to be part of this. And frankly, I had no idea what to talk about. And as we speak, a lot of it will be improvised as we, sort of move ahead with what's going to happen. So I will need you all to participate with me and join me, so you can guide me as much as I can take you where I'm going with it. So if at any time, if there's any confusion regarding what I'm saying, or if you have any doubt about anything, feel free to ask me, stop me in the middle. And how many of you are musicians? Raise your hands. Oh, so there's very few actually. So there's what, how many? Five? I mean, even if you play a little bit of some instrument, doesn't matter. Makes you a musician, really. Yeah. So a lot of people, I can see there's a lot of musicians and not so many musicians, which is actually a great thing because that sort of limits me from getting too technical about it. And, that's the purpose of having this, where if I speak about a scale or something, maybe these guys will get it. And then the rest of them will be like, what's this guy talking about? So, well, let's just start with, I'll play a little bit so you get an idea of what blues is. How many of you knows what blues music is? No one? Raise your hands. So, blues music is a traditional kind of music. It comes from America, USA. And it comes from oppression, basically. It comes from not, the slavery. It comes from slavery. It comes from church music. And basically, it's black man's music. It's African American music, And it started sort of somewhere 1870, roughly, give or take. It's not documented accurately, so it's difficult to say. And essentially, they were talking about how life was hard on them. There was racial discrimination, and there was all kinds of like problems that which they faced. And the word blues actually comes from, it's actually not documented, but it's a vague story everyone talks about. It comes from blue devil, and that comes from a withdrawal of not drinking alcohol. So you hallucinate when you drink too much. You tend to hallucinate when you're off it. That withdrawal is what is called the blue devil, and from there this lifestyle has come out, this kind of music has come out, and from this one adage, this word. And it slowly the devil bit got removed. And then people started using the word, I've got the blues, which actually doesn't mean they're actually hallucinating all the time, but it actually means they're suffering from something, and that suffering came from the withdrawal symptoms, from not drinking too much alcohol. And God knows what they drank at that time, given their situation. So when people say, I got the blues, it's a kind of sadness which people think of, like you're not happy or something's bothering you. And then you say, I've got the blues. How many of you have heard of Monday morning blues? You know it? Like, what does it mean in your life when you say, yeah, you. Both of you actually, one at a time. Yeah, what does it mean? Exactly, it's a problem, right? Same for you, I'm guessing. It's the same for you, right? So it's like a complaint. No one wants to go to work every morning, especially if the weekend was slightly heavy, which I'm sure a lot of you relate with. So, but then you get this feeling of like unhappiness, but the music is not about unhappiness really. The music is a kind of celebration, it's like it brought the community together, and through song they would talk about their troubles and sort of celebrate it actually. And from there it became this genre now what it is, and which is it came from Clarksdale, which is Mississippi, and now here we're in Garihard and sitting and discussing it, which is quite cool actually, because we don't have this here. And now to have this here means it has traveled all this distance, traveled different cultures, and assimilated our culture, because we have a kind of blues culture in our in Bengal actually. The Bowls, they're very much like bluesmen. They talk about the same things that the blues guys talk. Only the language is different and the socio-economic situations are different. But essentially the kind of music is improvised music speaking about poverty or alcoholism or cheating, betrayal, it's the themes are the same. And they're kind of gypsy in their spirit, that similar kind of vibe. So I'll just play a little bit, and after that we can proceed with how. And also, please ask questions if you have anything to ask, at any time. Yeah. So what I'm going to play is a 12-bar blues. It's a Chicago kind of style, which is, we'll get into it later on. And let's see where it goes. It's a slow blues, So that's a 12-bar blues in the key of G. It's in, I think it's Chicago style. I'm not sure exactly right now to just check it up. But so that's a sound coming from the USA, and now it's being played here in Bengal.